let me tell you something that might sting a little bit. 95% of health coaches will never break past $10,000 a month, and it's not because you're not skilled enough, the market's too saturated, or you need another certification. No, the real reason, there are 3 invisible blocks holding you back. Blocks that nobody is talking about. And if you don't fix them, you will stay stuck. No matter how much you grind or manifest or post on Instagram hoping for a miracle, but if you do fix them, scaling becomes inevitable. So if you're a health coach, practitioner, doctor, or fitness expert who's tired of working your ass off but never seeing your bank account reflect it, keep watching this video. My name is Dr. Melina, and I've scaled my own business to $75K a month in the health and wellness industry, and I help other coaches just like you do the same. And I'm about to break it all down for you. It's 2025, the game has changed. Some health professionals are building million-dollar virtual practices, working less, earning more, and making a huge impact. Meanwhile, others who are just as qualified are grinding, stuck at 5K, maybe 10K a month, maxed out on time, constantly stressed and wondering, what am I doing wrong? Or maybe you're not even making enough money. Maybe you're just making a few hundred or just a few $1,000s a month. I'm wondering, how come other people are making 10K and I'm not? The truth is, it's not that you're not working hard enough, it's that you're working on the wrong things. And today, I'm gonna expose exactly why most health professionals will never scale past $10,000 a month and what to do instead. Fair warning, this might trigger you, but if you're serious about scaling, you'll want to hear this. All right, let's talk about the 3 invisible factors that's keeping you stuck. These are the patterns I see over and over again with health professionals who can't seem to break past the 5K and 10K marks. I get it. You spent years becoming an expert. You have certifications, credentials, and probably way more education than some of the people that are making 10 times more than you. So naturally, your brain says, I need more certification, maybe to charge more. I need to be even better before I can really even grow. But this is complete BS and wrong. More certifications doesn't equal more clients. More authority and visibility does. But instead of focusing on building authority, getting seen, and selling, you're stuck in the loop of just one more course, just one more credentials, and then I'll be ready. And in the meantime, less qualified people are out there making 6 and 7 figures because they know how to market and sell. Block number 2, the time money prison. So let's talk about time. If your income is tied to how many hours you work, you are capped, period. The simple math is you only have so many hours in a day. If the only way you make money is trading your time for dollars, you are always going to be overworked and underpaid. And here's what's crazy. So many health professionals are stuck in this model and they don't even realize it. They think if I just get more clients, I'll finally make more money. But more clients equals more hours, and more hours equals less freedom, more burnouts, and more frustration. And this is where people stay stuck forever. Now, the solution is that you need scalable offers that don't depend on your direct time. And we'll get to that in just a second. So block number 3 is the mindset ceiling. And this is the biggest block of all. Because let's be real, if you're afraid to charge more, if you're scared to put yourself out there, and if you secretly don't believe people will pay you high ticket prices, I've seen so many health professionals undercharge out of fear. They think, if I raise my prices, nobody will buy from me, Mel. If I market myself too much, people will think I'm salesy, Mel. If I go too big, I might fail. And guess what? Those limiting beliefs are literally keeping you broke. Now, scaling is a mindset game first. And let's talk about how you can fix all of this. So this is how you can break these patterns for good. Step 1, you gotta break the expert trap. You gotta stop collecting those freaking certifications and start collecting clients. When your priorities shift and your mindset shifts from, oh, I need to be more educated, to, oh, I need to freaking take action, that is where scaling happens. And you need to build your authority through marketing, not more degrees. And I get it. You went to school to become a health professional. They didn't teach you about business. They didn't teach you about marketing because that is obviously not what you went to school for. You went to school to become a health professional, a doctor, a fitness professional, whoever that you are. But part of the game to actually be a CEO, actually make impact, which means lots of money, is to know how can you have that personal brand? How can your marketing do 50% of the selling for you so that people will be like, whoa, I need Dr. Mel, I need Dr. whoever in order to take me from this bleeding neck problem that I'm facing and take me to the freedom, to the transformation that I've been seeking that I haven't gotten the answer for. People pay experts, not scholars. Like, how many scholars have you actually seen that they make so much money? Typically, not many. But if you can get people the transformation through your expertise, that's what matters more. Step 2, escaping the time money prison. This is where you got to create a scalable offer. That means group coaches, courses, group coaching, courses, high ticket offer, mentorships, memberships, and you got to implement automations for lead gen and follow-ups. Follow-ups are so important. 75% of our sales, we're coming through follow-ups. A lot of people are like, oh, well, if people want me, they will just reach back out again. I give them all the info. That is so wrong. And I get it, like as a health professional, you're like, Mel, I don't want to constantly follow up. Like, I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be a car salesman. And you are not gonna be. Literally, if you're not selling your program, then how do you expect people to work with you? The most important part of being a practitioner is knowing how to market yourself and how to sell. Because if you don't have those two skill sets, then you can't even impact their lives. You can't even change lives. The world has changed. The whole entire healthcare is changing, and you gotta keep up with the trends. Especially if you want to be an online service provider, if you don't want to be, stuck at an office, limited to the location that you have. If you want to serve people at a global scale, you need to learn how you can escape the time, money prison. And step 3, you gotta shatter the mindset ceiling. And that means raise your prices confidently, obviously with data. If you have been collecting 40% of the price in cash, if you have been closing 25%, meaning 1 out of every 4 people that you talk with are like, yes, I want this, then that shows that's data showing you that you're ready to level up, raise your prices a bit more. And the mistake that a lot of practitioners and people in general in business make is that they try to change up too many factors at once, and then you can never tell, was it the price that was the issue? Was it your calendar link? Was it the show up rate? So it's really important to raise your prices confidently and with data. You gotta show up like a leader instead of just another health coach that's out there. And leaders are the people that are making an impact. They're not generalists. They are niche down. They really know their craft. They really know how to market themselves and show up confidently, and how to sell their program with conviction, knowing that obviously this is going to change that person's life forever. And you got to be comfortable with being seen and selling. Even when I first started, I was so uncomfortable with being seen. I didn't even have a social media picture up till a few years ago when I got into social media. I was completely non-existent, didn't have anything on there because I was such an introvert, and I thought, to be an influencer, you have to be such an extrovert. But I realized time has changed, and in order for me to actually help people, I need to get comfortable with being seen. So that was step 1 in my world, was putting myself out of my comfort zone and actually recording videos, actually putting it up online, and really just using strategies and not worrying about the rest. I'm not worrying about, is this good or is this not good? Knowing that I followed the exact recipe and I'm uploading it, and we'll see how it goes. And it worked, because the recipes that we have for specifically health professionals works every single time. Again, I also had to get comfortable with selling. So once followers were pouring in, then I had to actually sell something, and it was so uncomfortable. My first sales call was a disaster in a sense, but the more I did it, the more confident I became. A lot of times selling isn't about the selling being hard. It's about us feeling so uneasy, so uncomfortable with it that we make it hard for ourselves. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So here's going to be your 90-day breakthrough plan, and you can follow it if you like. Month one, I recommend fixing your foundation, and this is where you gotta identify what's keeping you stuck, look at it, and fix your business model as well. So identify those stuff that are keeping you back, those limiting beliefs, whatever that it may be, and also fix your business model. If you're constantly doing one-on-ones, switch it to a group coaching, switch it to a high ticket program. That is proven to work for our students over and over again. Month 2, you gotta build a scalable system, and this is where you automate your lead generation process so that no lead falls through the cracks, and you package your knowledge into leverage offers. And month 3, this is where you can scale with confidence, because you have everything in place, everything is right, and this is where you can confidently raise your prices. I recommend starting with if you're doing high ticket, about $1,500, $2,000, $2,500, and then increasing it. I've seen some health coaches in the space that they have had no experience with marketing, no experience with sales. They're complete brand newbies, and they're like, yeah, I have this program now and I'm gonna sell it for $10,000. And I think okay, first of all, I love your confidence, but you gotta do what the industry is doing, and in order to go beyond the industry, that is where you need data to support that. Yes, your program is a killer program and people are willing to buy hotcakes at $10,000. And next up, you gotta optimize your sales process, because there's so much that's happening behind the scenes in a sales process between the prospect and you. You've got to understand where you're losing them, where you're gaining them, double down on those parts even more. And just it's a skill set, it's a muscle that you need to keep working on. And it's fun too, like once you shift from, ooh, this is a sales thing, to wow, I am actually changing their life through this one call, because if they don't sign up, then there is no working with them. That is where you'll see the magic happen. And if you follow this, you are never going to be stuck at few $1,000s ever again. Here's what happens when you fix these problems. You're going to hit 25K months consistently. You're going to have scalable, predictable revenue. You're going to make a bigger impact, and you're going to have more time with way less stress. So this is not magic. This is not luck. It's a repeatable system that we've done it over and over, us and our students. If you want my scaling breakthrough blueprint with everything that we covered today, step by step, drop the word breakthrough down below and I'll send it to you. And also go ahead and send me a message on Instagram. I would love to know where you're feeling stuck at, because we have tons of resources that I'm more than happy to share with you. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, because in the next video, we are going even deeper. And remember, you're not just building business, you are building a legacy. See you in the next one.